We live in a world where femininity, marriages, family, and courting is no longer valued. We live in hookup culture, situationships, and struggle love. The number one reason women struggle in long-term relationships, number one, femininity, and number two, staying in a relationship or entertaining people longer than the woman should.
My name is Danielle DeVita, and I'm a relationship and femininity coach. I've been married for 12 years, and I want to help you get on your feminine journey and vet for the right man today. For more of my content, you can visit mrsdanielledevita.com, or you can go to YouTube, Instagram, or my Facebook page. Get on your feminine journey today.
We live in a world where femininity, marriages, family, and courting is no longer valued. We live in hookup culture, situationships, and struggle love. The number one reason women struggle in long-term relationships, number one, femininity, and number two, staying in a relationship or entertaining people longer than the woman should.
My name is Danielle DeVita, and I'm a relationship and femininity coach. I've been married for 12 years, and I want to help you get on your feminine journey and vet for the right man today. For more of my content, you can visit mrsdanielledevita.com, or you can go to YouTube, Instagram, or my Facebook page. Get on your feminine journey today. Mrs. Danielle DeVita back with another video. I overheard someone say that marriage is overrated. A lot of women say, I like the strong silent type. Well, a lot of men like the feminine silent type. And for sure, it's going down. So a lot of times people are not getting the value. When to speak and when to be quiet is one of the most powerful. She's going to be aggressive, thinking that. And as someone who's been married for 12 years, she's driven, not lazy. And this will make yourself and get on the right path. That understand that you might be doing a disservice to your daughter. If you don't help her understand vetting and proper decision making, now she's going to be a basket case later. If you don't help her understand emotional intelligence, she's going to hold on to a lot of emotional baggage. If you don't. So welcome, we are live. Welcome Instagram over here and welcome YouTube and Facebook over here. I do have more than one camera, so I will be looking from side to side. And my name is Danielle DeVita. I am a relationship and femininity coach. I have been married for 12 years and my goal is to make sure that you find the right person that you deserve. My job is not to try to get you to settle or lower your standards or anything like that. My goal is I want you to be realistic. I want you to be happy. I want you to be in a healthy and cohesive family dynamic. And I believe in relationships thriving. So let's see here. It looks like I don't know why it's not going live on Facebook. Let me see if I can get it through here. Get it to add. Well, if it doesn't work, that's fine. I'm just going to have to remove it and then later upload. Facebook. So I apologize if you are on Facebook and you're having issues getting this on. So I want to go ahead and get started. So let me put in do the invite for if you are. Okay, so Facebook is working now. I'm going to go ahead and put in the comments the StreamYard link. And then once we get started, I'll go ahead and add you guys on who wants to be on. And let me put on my information. So to find out more about my content, you can go to mrsdanielledevita.com or you can call 813-816-1813 to call in. So If you don't know what the topic is today, it's should men pay for a woman's femininity? We talk about femininity on this channel a lot. And for me, it is more about an energy that you provide. I hear a lot of men, especially in our community, in the Black community, we hear about women being masculine. They are not harnessing their emotions. They are being rude, belligerent, disrespectful, not submissive. And of course, we don't talk about control over here when we say submissive, but they're not being wife material, so to speak. So men are saying we either can get our passports and go somewhere else, or we can get women who want to do that. And a lot of women are saying, well, I will be submissive when, I will be feminine when. And that when is usually when the man has the means, the money, and whatever else she wants him to have, then she'll do those things. But I wanted to show something to you before we talk about a few things, because I do think it needs to be part of the package. If you say you're a woman, if you say you want to date, what will set you apart is being feminine. If you saw my beginning video, there are 2 reasons why women typically are not in the relationship they want to be in. It's because they have lost touch with their femininity, and or because for some women it's one and some it's both. They don't know how to vet. You're in a relationship longer than you need to be in. So I want to talk about, I'm going to show you 2 videos and then we'll get started with the call-ins. Because a lot of women want men to be masculine right off the jump, but their femininity isn't up to negotiation. It's up for negotiation, but they expect for men to already come with the provider mentality, come with the money, come with the masculinity, but we'll be feminine when. We will be submissive when we get the ring and all these things. So take a look at this video. Let me jump off of the stream so you can see it.
Why good men don't marry girlfriends.
I'll be doing more of those things.
So what you're saying is, I have to marry you, make you my wife, in order for you to start doing wife things.
I mean, I'm just a girlfriend.
Okay. Okay. Shrika, do you want to marry me?
Yes.
Why?
Because you a provider, a protector. You watch out for me. I love you. Why would I not want to marry you?
I appreciate that, and I love you too. So what you're saying to me is, those are the things you want your husband to do.
Yes.
So you see your husband in me.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So the things I'm doing right now, even though I'm not your husband, you want your husband to do. And the crazy thing is, that's just who I am. Not because this is what I feel like I have to do. I do it because that's who Jeremy is. I'm already a husband. I'm just not your husband yet.
And that is what we get with women a lot. When you put that ring on my finger, I'll be wife material. But what if they don't get that? So, all of the riskiness is on the man. He may not get what he wants out of you as far as, wife material, but you want him to give him all of these things. Since when do we go on a job and we demand all these things before we put in the work, right? We have to show them, okay, so I do want management, I want a promotion, or I want this, I want that money, I want the raise, but I'm not going to put in the work to show that I'm qualified for it. So you think because you showed up to the interview looking good, that was enough. They don't need to see your resume. They don't need to see if throughout these first few months that you're going to live up to what you said in the resume. You don't want them to do that. You want them to say, hey, her outfit looks good, and that's enough. But you have all of these requirements that you want in a man. So he has to pay for your femininity. He needs to have the income. He needs to come out the pocket. He needs to wine and dine you. And then you might be feminine. But I don't know if that's true, because I'm hearing women say that they were with high net worth men who made a lot of money, whatever is a lot of money for that woman. And she still had the attitude. So I think women say that in theory, but I want to show you a woman that even I aspire to be like. It could be her personality, it could be her demeanor, but even in situations where most people would get riled up, she still stays feminine. So when I say feminine, you do not have to plaster a smile on your face all the time. You can be unhappy about a situation, but it's how you handle it shows your femininity. So this is Darla from Queen Sugar, and Ralph Angel to me is someone who is he's driven by his emotions. But I love how she always stays nice and calm, and she doesn't let him get her riled up. And this is something that most Black men, I would say, do not see when it comes to, buttons being pushed. Like, they see the woman now, her true colors are showing, instead of her being calm, collected, and still with poise. So I'm going to play this, and then we'll get back to it. If you're on Instagram, you can only hear, but you cannot see unless you jump over on Facebook or YouTube.
So we alternate field trips, PTA meetings, but both there for parent-teacher conferences and keeping each other in the loop on behavior issues.
All right.
What's next? I know that you have a lot on your plate, so I was thinking that maybe I could keep Blue more often.
Just gotta take it slow.
How slow?
Take him on the weekends.
I think that we should both have him 50% of the time.
Nah.
We can alternate weeks.
It's too soon. It's too soon for all that.
He's happy here.
What if you lose your job, huh? Gotta move again or something.
I'm not losing
What
my
if?
job. I am tired of having the same fight with you.
Here you go, you tired? What the hell you know about being tired? Really? Mom and Daddy paying for all your stuff. New house. Nice little car out there. 'Cause I'm working 2 jobs. And being a single parent while you're out here finding yourself.
You're not a single parent.
Hell, you think I've been doing all this time, huh?
So what if my parents helped me get this place? Did you pay for that house you're living in? Or did your daddy give it to you? You can let yourself out.
So I like Darla because she's very low key. She shows her emotions. She's just not letting her emotions take her like all over the place. She's not heightening the level. I will say, because of her personality, because she's low key, because she doesn't really do like yelling and screaming, Ralph Angel tones it down. So you can see him wanting to get riled up, but he doesn't, because her personality won't allow that. She doesn't really get sucked into the invitation of an argument, a fight. She keeps it at discussion level. So we keep it low key. We have normal tones. We don't get stressed out in our voice. So if someone wants to take it up to a level 10, she's still down here. So I think a lot of us need to be like that. Not saying you need to change your personality, but when people get you in these stressful situations, we don't have to go crazy. We don't have to start throwing bows, but we can keep it professional. We can keep the peace. And this is so peace is the same as also not being combative, not being argumentative, not being disagreeable. Not to say you won't disagree with someone, but not being disagreeable. A person who's always ready to put up a fight. And it's not to say that you don't have your opinions, but you state them in a feminine way. So a lot of women are saying, I'm not doing all of that. If I do that, this man got to make 6 figures, which I don't understand the term 6 figures, because 6 figures can be 100,000 all the way to 999,000. Like, until you make, 7 figures, until you're a millionaire, 6 figures represents a lot. So I don't understand what women are saying when they say they want someone with 6 figures. And most of the time they haven't even seen that in their lifetime, or they made 6 figures one time. for 1 year if they're an entrepreneur, and then they haven't done that, and then this is what they're saying they need. Truth be told, a lot of the things that you're asking for, I don't think you guys taken the time to map this out. You may say you want someone who makes $100,000, but depending on where you live, and if you want to continue to work, that's not even feasible. It's just not. I can tell you, depending on where you are, it's not a lot of money. But for some people, it is. But I just don't understand this term. We need someone to make six figures in order for us to act our best selves. I'm always encouraging for you to be your best self. And that should be no matter who are you with. I say the same thing with respect. I think you should give everyone respect. And if you don't feel that they have earned your time, your energy, and that you can't respect their values, why are you still with them? You should never be with someone that you do not respect. So it shouldn't even go as far as disrespect. So again, how much are you charging? How much does the man have to make? How much does he have to put out in order for you to decide, I'll be feminine, I'll be submissive? Tell me, if you're a woman and you decide you would be feminine when the guy makes a certain amount of money, let me know how much. If you are a guy and you saying, are you okay with paying for this? Are you okay with putting out money in hopes that she would be feminine? Or is that going to be part of it? She needs to come in feminine, right? Let me know. 813-816-1813, 813-816-1813. A lot of men are saying they don't want to pay for it. They're just going to go out of the country and get women who are already feminine, right? Because they don't want to have to pay so you can have a good attitude. Pay so they can have peace in their own home. Pay so you can not be combative, right? A lot of men say they don't want to do that. And some are fine with putting out money as long as you are feminine. But I say, I wonder how long can that woman put up that act? Because if she's naturally not feminine, how long can she remain in that state of being feminine, being submissive? At some point, it's going to wear off. So let me know. Women, what's your price? How much does the guy have to make in order for you to be feminine? Men, how much are you willing to pay? Are you willing to pay for a woman to go on a date, be feminine, and then to continue on throughout the rest of the relationship for her to be feminine? How much are you willing to spend on her? How much income does a man need, if you're a lady, for you to be feminine for him? I'd like to know. So let me post it here. If you're on Instagram, you can request to join, but if you do not want to get on camera, or if you're not camera ready, please call. If you're on StreamYard here and you're not camera ready, please call, because I want to make sure that we follow the guidelines. I know some people are trying to get on camera and they're not always prepared. So let's see, 813-816-1813. Let me know. Is femininity up for sale? Are you only going to be feminine if the guy puts out a certain amount of money to maintain a lifestyle you want in order for you to show your feminine side? And I'm not talking about outward appearance. I'm talking about your feminine energy. Are you going to exude feminine energy depending on how much money this man makes? Does he need to be a millionaire for you to be feminine? Does he need to make, $500,000? Does he just need to make 100,000? Does he need to make 80,000? Will you be feminine for your average guy? Your guy who makes $60,000. Will you be feminine for that guy? Let me know. I want to know. Men, are you willing to pay for it? Or are you just going to get your passport and go somewhere else? And the reason why I say this, because a lot of men are saying women outside of the U.S., because, the Western world has more modern or modern women or feminists. But in other countries, women tend to be more traditional. And a lot of men like traditional. They like that. So let me know. Of course, we have the 50-50 guy. But hey, if you're a 50-50 guy, do you still want that? Let me know. Here we go. Let's see.
Call from Michael McCoy. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey, Michael. How are you doing? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
All right. All right. So let me know.
Call from.
Let me know.
To accept, press.
Hold on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Michael? Are you still there, Michael? Michael, gonna have to let you go if I can't hear you. Okay. I think the call dropped with Michael. So let's see. Let's see if we got another caller here on. Oh, there we go. Here we go.
Call from Michael McCoy. To accept, press 1. To send.
Hey, Michael.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine. I've been watching you and Philip Scott for years.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I like your beautiful personality. I like Philip Scott's masculinity. And I do think that you're an excellent coach. So I'm going to get straight to the point. I'm not at a level now where I'm able to make 6 figures. You know, I'm in a GED. I don't know if you know, you don't really know me that well, but I'm in a GED program, and I'm trying to get to a point where I can get a career and stuff like that. So, but I have a lot of ideas. I'm very ambitious. So, I talked to a lot of different IT certification programs that don't require a high school diploma, but you can make 6 or 7 figures just by getting their certification without a high school diploma. So, what is your advice for a young man like myself? Well, I'm not that technically a young man. I'm actually 30 years old. So, but anyway, what is your advice for a young man like myself? And I'm very sorry I wasn't able to get in contact with you the first time. I was getting confused by the video and whether you was actually talking to me at the same time or not. So.
Oh, no, it's okay. Now, when you say advice as far as with women or making...
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be very honest with you. Sorry to interrupt you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
I am what you like to call autism spectrum, and I've never had a girlfriend in my life. The reason is, and one of the main reasons is because in my generation came after TLC. We came after TLC. You know who TLC is, right?
Yes.
Remember when they came out with their song "No Scrub, No
Yes.
Scrub"? So all my life I've been trying to get myself in a place where I can take care of a female, be a husband, be a boyfriend, and maybe a husband, and be a provider for a family and stuff like that. So that's the reason why. And because the girls were so fast, I was scared that the girls in my generation was gonna mess that up. I was gonna get one of them pregnant or get an STD. And I don't want to tell you the third one because you may get offended by that. But I was afraid I may get an STD or get a girl pregnant and I may not like the next day. So I just stayed to myself when I was in elementary school, middle school, and high school. And even when I went out to a disabled program called Warren Springs, I always stayed to myself. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of a background on my story. But go ahead.
So I mean, as far as you being able to approach girls, talk to girls, women and things like that, there's a lot of men channels that can help build up, whatever confidence and things like that. Because I actually talk, I don't know if you hear on this channel, I talk about the average guy, the guy who's not making six figures, because the average earner for men is $60,000 or close to 60, maybe around 57,000 average. And then the white male is around 60,000 in America, in the US. So I don't see a problem with even an average guy getting to have a feminine woman. Again, we talk a lot about the modern woman in the US. So I don't see it as a problem you meeting that woman. But as far as your confidence and you feeling confident to talk to girls, there's a lot of guys that talk about image and confidence and building your esteem, getting your money up, because you're 30. So this could be the time that a lot of men would say, grind and get your money up, do the things that you want to do to feel where to be where you want to be in life. You talked about getting a certification. I would focus on those things, because a lot of people say you're not missing out on anything, missing out right now in the dating world. So I would focus on those things. I would actually reach out to men who are more experienced in that area. But in my opinion, I don't think that you need to have a certain amount of money to get a feminine woman, because that's not going to be the woman you want anyway, because then she's obviously after you for your money. Right?
Right. That's true. That's true. Now, I wish you had Philip Scott's number. I would like to talk to him. Have you talked to him in a while?
No, I haven't. So maybe if he listens on the live, maybe if he comes on, maybe he can provide you some pointers as well, and have your input, because he actually does really good in speaking with men on things that they need to do. He'd probably have a good recommendation for you. So yeah, I think he could help with that.
I know I only got a couple more minutes, because I know you got to get some more callers in. But what do you think? What do you think about about this conversation that we're having, this dialogue? If you don't mind me asking. What I'm trying to ask. Well, what I really want to ask you is, what was it like before you met your husband? If you don't mind me asking.
What was what like? Like the dating scene?
The dating life. What was it like?
Well, for me, it's different from every person. I would say, even though I was young, I would say I was a little mature for my age. So I was finished with my undergrad by 20. Right. So I kind of went straight back into going to school and doing things like that. And I was actually dating pretty much throughout college. So I met my husband a year later. So I didn't have much of a full scene to be dating a whole bunch of guys. I went straight from my college boyfriend to my husband. And that was a year apart. So I didn't really care for just dating person after person. That just wasn't me.
Gotcha. So I watched your show a couple of weeks ago, and a couple of nights ago, and you were saying how men are not, well, some women feel that men are not needed to give life. Now, I will tell you this, the woman carries. You are the most important thing to the child, because you carry the child, but the man carries the seed, which is the seed, which is he is to give her life through the womb of a woman. Just the same way when God created Adam, he brought Adam up from the Mother Earth. The earth is feminine, but God is masculine. Right. If I'm making any sense. So, so that's the same way with men and women. So with somebody like myself, men. Well, I think that men are the most important. Well, men are important to a child development. You see. Well, I will say this, and I'm going to get off the phone. I'm going to let you respond. I'm going to get off the phone. When I was a child, I went through a period. I know you're a very religious woman, so I'm going to go through it very short. Okay. I went through a period where I had to reap what I suffered. I started making some mistakes as a child because because I was very insecure about myself. You know how Black women are. They over nurture their sons, but they don't give their sons room to breathe. And my mother and 3 aunties, they over nurtured me. And my father didn't want to have anything to do with me because of my diagnosis. So one day, I started pretending to be somebody I wasn't, and God punished me for it throughout middle school and high school. So, long story short, I didn't start maturing until after to now. I'm still maturing, even at 30 years old, and that's only because my mother got remarried and she got a husband who's trying to teach me things about masculinity. So my point is to comment on your last video. Men are essential, especially to a son, even a daughter, to their identity and their development. And I wanted to comment on that. I wasn't there. I was too shy to call in there because I thought some other people were gonna call in last night, but a couple of nights ago. But I'm kind of glad I called in now.
Well,
So go ahead, and
well, I appreciate you listening to my video, and thanks for your comments. So you take care, Michael. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye bye. All right. So I appreciate Michael for calling in. So yes. So last live stream was about men being essential. But yes, so here we go. Let's see what this caller has to say. Hello. Hey, how you doing?
Oh, pretty good. How you doing?
Good. Well, thank you for taking the time to call. I think there's some back noise, the echo. So if you have the stream on, if you're able to turn it down.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, thank you. So what did you want to call about today?
Well, I mainly just wanted to, just call in just to commend you on just doing an amazing job on what you're doing. I mean, I try to never miss a live stream, and if I do, I definitely try to go back and look at it the day after or a couple of days thereafter. So just really wanted to, commend you on the fine job you're doing. And, in regards to your initial question about, men willing to, and what did you say, invest in a woman?
Yes, should men pay for a woman's femininity?
Well, yeah. I would say, yeah. I mean, you don't want to just have a blanket answer, yes or no, because, you got to, take things on a case-by-case basis. So in regards to that question, I would say yes. You just have to, thoroughly screen, who you're dating. And if the person is really worthwhile, then yes. I mean, I think they would be worth the investment, but you can't just go blindly investing into everybody. I mean, just like you can't go blindly investing into the stock market and real estate. You got to make wise and educated decisions. So.
That's true. Now, what if she told you, what if this girl put a price on it and said, I'll be feminine, I'll be submissive, I'll do all those things, but you need to make, a high amount of money. You need to make, I don't know, 200,000. Do you think that that's something that women should be able to do, or it should not come at that high of a price?
I mean, I can't tell any, woman what to do and how to think. I mean, everybody has to have their own individual will and, way of thinking. I mean, it's good to have a high earning potential because, the number one cause of, marriages and relationships falling apart is, is not cheating and, in-laws as it do with, financial issues. So, my father always told me that, if your finances are in order, then, that's one less issue that you're going to have. Not to say, you won't have any issues, but, if you want to really have issues, don't have a job or, let the roof over your family's head or the food in the refrigerator be in jeopardy, and so.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I don't think anything's wrong with a woman wanting the man to make a certain amount of money, but I just don't like the idea of people that make high that earn a lot of money are necessarily people in good character, because I mean, you could have somebody low on the totem pole, a garbage man or an elementary school teacher, and you could have somebody on the high end. You could have a heart surgeon. You could have a corporate attorney. He's an attorney for Google or Microsoft. Just because somebody earns a lot of money doesn't mean they're necessarily a person of good character. So
that's true. So yeah, don't go after money, is what you're saying, just for money.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So if a woman wants to have a guy that makes a lot of money, that's good, but also have to be on the lookout if the guy is of good character, because I mean, there are a lot of CEOs and pro athletes and entertainers and just high earning people, and I mean, some of these people have been married multiple times, and it's not necessarily because they're just workaholic. I mean, they might be wanderers and whatnot. So.
Yes, I appreciate you letting me know that, because I'm always big on character. And I do believe that if a person has aspirations, if they have that hustle, they can be high earning. So a lot of women should be looking at character, because he could potentially be high earning. But I do think that a woman is going to have to come with something. So women are coming empty-handed into a relationship.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to hold you up too long, but the last thing I'll just say is I think, it's great to earn a lot of money, but, money has a set dollar amount, for however much they make or they earn. But I mean, to have someone of good character, I mean, that's priceless, So I, just if the roles are reversed, I would rather somebody, me personally, that makes less money and is of exemplary character than somebody that makes exemplary money and is not of good character. So, but that's
exactly. All right. So y'all hear that, ladies? Women need to look for men with good character. And that means men are going to be looking for women with good character as well. These men want women with good character. All right. So I truly appreciate you calling in. Do you have anything else you want to add?
No. Just thank you for, doing what you're doing, and, look forward to what is in store for you in the future. So.
All right. Thank you for calling.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. All righty. So I think I had another caller in. I thought I held the call, but I'm still trying to figure out how to work this and hold the calls and then later on accept it. So I'm still working on that. So I apologize for whoever that was also calling in, and I tried to hold the call and then go back to the current call. So please call in again, as the lines are still open. 813-816-1813, 813-816-1813. Or if you are on YouTube or Facebook, you can click the StreamYard link, and that will have you come on under video if you do not want to call. If you are on Instagram, you are able to request to join. I think that you can request to join. So you can do that over here, but that is going to automatically put you on video. So if you want just to be on telephone, then you'll call 813-816-1813. And I'm trying to have it where it syncs in more, because it's just making all these calls. I may end up having to add some type of earbuds next time, so you won't hear all of the calls just bouncing through, because it's a lot of calls going in, trying to come in at the same time, or it was at first. All right, so should a man pay for a woman's femininity? So for ladies who are saying, I'll be feminine when, not now, but I'll be feminine when he shows that he can provide, or he shows that he has X amount of money, or he shows me the ring, or whatever have you. You will be feminine when he does X. Whatever X is, please call and tell us, how much does he have to make? What does he have to do? What is X? Is X money? Is X just his character, as the last caller said? Is X him showing that he can provide? Is it him actually whining and dining you? And then you'll be submissive, then you'll be feminine? Or are you saying you will be feminine, but you will not do as much? I'd like to know. And then if you are a man, are you paying for it, or she needs to come in? She needs to come in feminine, or you're out of here. You're out of the relationship. Because as I said, a lot of men now are just walking away from relationships. They're not taking this anymore. A lot of men are tired of this. They're tired of the modern woman attitude. So y'all tell me, I need to know, are men going to pay for a woman's femininity, for her to be submissive, for her to be not so masculine, combative? Is this something that she's going to have to come in the relationship, as, or is she going to, or are you going to have to do something? You're going to have to put in some type of financial investment to show that you're worthy, and then you're okay with her later showing her femininity? Let me know, because this is a conversation where women are not saying it outright, like, hey, I'll be feminine, and this is transactional. Women aren't saying it in that way, but they're saying, I'll be feminine when I find the guy who is meeting all of my preferences. And of course, the top preference is money. So women are only being feminine for guys who got the bag. That's what a lot of women are saying. They'll be feminine for men who have the bag. So men, those who have the bag or not yet have the bag, are you willing to get the bag just to get the feminine woman? Or are you expecting any woman that you interact with to be in her feminine state automatically? And for some people, femininity should be part of that woman. That should be who she is. I showed you the video of Darla. She's already feminine. Just period. She's a feminine woman. All right. So while we get some calls coming in, I am going to replay that video of the guy saying he's already being the provider. He's already masculine. And she's saying she'll show her wife's side, her wifely side, when she gets the ring. So let's take a look at this, and then I'll take some more calls in.
Why good men don't marry girlfriends.
I'll be doing more of those things.
So what you're saying is, I have to marry you, make you my wife, in order for you to start doing wife things.
I mean, I'm just a girlfriend.
Okay. Okay. Shrika, do you want to marry me?
Yes.
Why?
Because you a provider, a protector. You watch out for me. I love you. Why would I not want to marry you?
I appreciate that, and I love you too. So what you're saying to me is, those are the things you want your husband to do.
Yes.
So you see your husband in me.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So the things I'm doing right now, even though I'm not your husband, you want your husband to do. And the crazy thing is, that's just who I am. Not because this is what I feel like I have to do. I do it because that's who Jeremy is. I'm already a husband. I'm just not your husband yet.
All right, so you heard it. He said, I'm just not your husband yet. A lot of men are saying, you want me to come in, be the masculine male. You want me to show my masculinity. You want me to come out the pocket. You want me to be the provider. You want me to do all these things. And we're not married yet, but you won't do a doggone thing. And I'm not advocating for women cooking clean for a guy and doing all these wifely benefit type things. But I'm saying you do not have to be a wife before you show your feminine side. You do not have to be a wife to show that you can be nurturing, that you can be loving, that you can be submissive, that you can be someone who is soft and not, combative and disagreeable and all those things, right? You could be a peaceful person. You don't have to have the ring on your finger to do those things. And he don't have to make six figures for you to be able to do those things. That's part of being the best version of yourself. You think I was only submissive after I got married? You think I was only nurturing and loving after I became a mother? You think those qualities came after the fact? No, I got the ring because I was those things. And I didn't have to wash his clothes and do all this cooking for him. I didn't have to do all those things. But I showed I had the qualities. And you can do that in your energy. You can. But a lot of women are saying there's a price to it. He needs to come already providing. And then I'll show him my feminine side. So how many of you putting a price to it? And what is your price? And why? And maybe you don't want to be feminine at all. Maybe that you feel like that puts you back in the 1950s. If you think so, call in. If you're a lady and you think that all that femininity stuff makes you weak, call in. Let me know, please. If you are a man and you think that this is all pointless, it doesn't matter about a woman's femininity, or you think it's too late for a lot of women and you've given up on relationships, or you want to go out the state or out the country, what they call guys who are just taking their passport and going elsewhere, tell me, call me. 813-816-1813. I just want to know, why is it that men already need to come with their masculinity, but we don't come with our femininity? Why we want men? I'm just trying to imagine a man saying, you know what, when you show me how feminine you are, then I'll show you how masculine I am. But until then, you won't see the masculine side of me. You ain't going to see my money. You ain't going to see nothing. I just need you to do all the things I need you to do, and I won't come out the pocket. I won't do anything. Men know they have to provide. So men already know, and I think that's what the last caller is saying. I already know I'm going to have to put in an investment. And I'm just going to put in the best investment and hope that, as I vet for the right person, you are going to be feminine. So how many of you women are going to be feminine? Or how many of you are going to hold back your femininity until you see a few things, a few preferences, or until you see the ring? Let me know. How many of y'all are going to be feminine after the ring? I want to know. Let me know over here, Instagram. Y'all quiet over here, Instagram. Facebook, let me know. And if you are on Facebook or YouTube, put some comments in if you do not want to call or get on camera, because I really want to know, is femininity something that's gonna go away? And I'm not saying it's gonna completely go away, but I noticed that, femininity is not as applauded as much. I understand that people are, like what TD Jakes is saying, women today are trying to climb that corporate ladder, and this is what matters. So they're not caring about what men want. Men want femininity, when men want submissiveness, and they don't care because they are trying to get the bag just like you are. Wow. Women are trying to get the bag too, so they don't care. But what happens after you've gotten the bag, ladies? Then don't you want to settle down and have a man? And if gravity is hitting, all you're left is with your femininity. Because men are not going to see you the same way they saw you in your 20s. You won't look the same. So what sets us apart as women? I think femininity is what sets you apart, because a lot of women aren't feminine these days. There's a lot of beautiful women. There's beautiful women, and I could stand right next to them and they would blow me out the water. There are lots of beautiful women, but what could set me apart from that woman is my femininity, is my mindset, the way I carry myself, because there probably won't be a lot of people that think like me. There just isn't. As I told you, some women are saying, I'm a pick me, or I'm teaching women to be pick me's. No, because I'm a no nonsense person, and I encourage men who are watching to be no nonsense as well. I encourage women to be no nonsense. We don't have time for games, but that doesn't mean you have to walk around with the resting bee face. As a woman, you can still show your loving and feminine side, and then you can let the guy know through conversation and through your actions that you do mean business when you say you want a serious and committed relationship. So you can still be feminine and still be serious. I just showed you Darla, how serious she was in that moment, but it was still feminine. It was still soft. Andrea says, people should be who they are, regardless of who the other person is. Faking or trying to be someone else won't last. You can only pretend for so long. That is so true. So some people are running around faking, pretending to be feminine. What is that movie? Just Right. The movie Just Right with Common. And I think Paula Patton was in that movie, and she was pretending to be this beautiful, well, she is beautiful, but she was pretending to be this like loving, friendly person who helps the homeless or something like that, so doing some charity work. And she was pretending to be this person, and she was the sister of Queen Latifah in the movie, and she was pretending to be this woman for Common, and that's what he fell in love with. But that wasn't even her. So you're going to get women who got that fake femininity. Of course, she had the beauty, but tell me, how many of you women are going to be faking it? How many of you are going to be faking it? Jenny, how are you doing? Thank you for joining. And so if you are listening, let us know. We are talking about, should men pay for a woman's femininity? If you want a feminine woman, do you think you need to come out the pocket and wine and dine her? Do you think you need to have a certain income to, get this feminine woman? Or do you think that whoever you date needs to already come with the energy, her feminine energy, no matter what kind of money you have? Do you think she needs to come in with feminine energy? Let me know. Do you think the woman needs to come in with feminine energy, or do you think you should work for it and you should have, make this money that she's looking for her to be feminine? There's so many women saying, I'll be feminine when? I'll be feminine when this guy does this, when he has this kind of money. So what do you think? Would you pay for it? You can request to join if you're interested, or you can call 813-816-1813, 813-816-1813. I want to know, are men willing to pay for the woman to be feminine? And again, I mean, a lot of women are disagreeable. They're not peaceful. They're not loving. They're not gentle. They're not kind. They're having basically masculine traits. And a lot of women are saying, I'll be feminine for the right guy, the guy who has the kind of money I'm looking for, the guy who can provide for me or provide the lifestyle that I want. So if that's you guys, if you're a man that you think you can do that, you have money of some sort, do you think you're willing to pay to get this woman to be feminine? Or are you going to continue on in relationships and just hope that you get a woman who happens to be feminine? Let me know, guys. I want to know. Are men going to pay for it? Because if so, maybe that will whip some women into shape to being feminine. But I don't know. I heard a woman say that she dated a guy who had a really high net worth, and she still wasn't wasn't feminine. She wasn't being peaceful and things like that. So I don't know what it takes for some women. I don't know. My goal is to make sure that you are your best self. You're the best version of yourself. That includes being feminine no matter what. It's hard, I know. We got to have the mindset. It's hard, you know, but it can be done. It can be done. And again, my goal is to make sure you get the man that you deserve. And in order to do that, part of that is being feminine. The other part is making sure that you are not in a relationship longer than you should be. So that means looking at red flags. That means having crossroads. Because I'm not in the business of telling women to pour out all of their time, their energy, their femininity, their love, and all of these things for the wrong guy. Same thing for men. Don't waste your wallet, don't waste your money on a woman who's not worth it. Look for signs, look for red flags. Then you won't be pouring into a woman who's not worth it. So that's what I want. I want us to vet. Part of vetting, they did that in high society. They would vet for, if I was a woman in high society, I'd have like my parents, or mostly the father would vet for the man to come into your life. He would look at his income. He'll look at, where he works, his image, his reputation, his friends, his assets. Look at all these things and say, this is going to be the guy that you need to get with. They would try to connect us together. So that's what they did with vetting. A lot of times people today aren't doing that. They're not looking at, this person's Facebook page or whatever and seeing, are their values aligned with mine? Or looking at how they dress to see if do their values, their aesthetic looks is, consistent with mine. If I want someone who's healthy, if I want someone who has the kind of, reputation that I'm trying to uphold in her dress code, they're not looking at that. They just see someone who looks good, and now you're with someone who does not have the same standards and values as you. Same thing for women. A lot of women say they want this business, a thug in a suit, but he doesn't have the values you say you want. You say you want this man, a God-fearing man and all this, and then you go and get the guy who's doing illegal things, the guy who's still knocking people upside the head. His values, they weren't the same as yours. And then now you're mad that you poured all into him. All right. Kenyon, hello. Thank you for taking the time to join. The conversation is, should men pay for a woman's femininity? Should men pay for a woman's femininity? So if you want a woman who's feminine, the question is, are you going to have the income or wine and dine her to be feminine? Or do you think she should come into that relationship already with a feminine mindset? Do you think that femininity should be part of the package deal when you entertain her? Or do you think that you're okay with her not showing her feminine side, not being submissive, not doing all these things until you come out the pocket? I don't know. I want to know. Are men paying for a woman's femininity? And women, if that's what you want, what's the price? What does a man have to make for you to decide? How much does he have to make? Or how much does he have to spend on you for you to decide, okay, I like him, and now I'll be feminine? I'd like to know. I'd like to know. 813-816-1813. Call in and let us know. 813-816-1813. 813-816-1813. All right, 813-816-1813. If you do not want to call in, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, I have a StreamYard link. You're able to click that link. It'll bring you on video. If you are on Instagram, you are able to request to join. Oh, let me see here. And what do y'all think about, men having to already show that they're a provider and show that they're masculine? What do y'all think about that? and then women deciding they're not. Let me put the phone number in here. Okay, hold on. All right, Instagram. So there's a number. I should have put that in there earlier. Call 813-816-1813 for anyone who's interested in calling. I keep forgetting to pin that on the Instagram. So sorry about that, Instagram. Even if you guys do not call, I still want to make sure I post that on there. In the meantime, in between someone calling in or commenting, let me play that video again. I don't want to play the Darla video because that was simple, but let me play this other video again, because this one is pretty much showing how a man is saying he has to come out being masculine already. So here we go.
Why good men don't marry girlfriends.
I'll be doing more of those things.
So what you're saying is, I have to marry you, make you my wife, in order for you to start doing wife things.
I mean, I'm just a girlfriend.
Okay. Okay. Shrika, do you want to marry me?
Yes,
Why?
because you a provider, a protector. You watch out for me. I love you. Why would I not want to marry you?
I appreciate that, and I love you too. So what you're saying to me is, those are the things you want your husband to do.
Yes.
So you see your husband in me.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So the things I'm doing right now, even though I'm not your husband, you want your husband to do. And the crazy thing is, that's just who I am. Not because it's what I feel like I have to do. I do it because that's who Jeremy is. I'm already a husband. I'm just not your husband yet.
Okay, so again, we want men to be masculine, to provide, to do all those things, but everything is, oh, when I'm a wife, then I'll be doing those things. Yes, all of the cooking and cleaning, I understand, and some of those extra things that are just for husbands, but why can't we be feminine? Why can't that be, part of who we are? Why do we have to wait until we're married? I always say this, the marriage won't work out if you don't exercise some of those things prior to marriage. So if you say, oh, I'll be peaceful when we get married. Oh, I'll treat him right when we get married. Oh, I'll be respectful when I get married. But if you weren't doing it before, out of habit, when you do get married, who's to say that you're going to do right? It's like telling a job, no, I'm late every day, but once you hire me on, I'll start coming on time. No, they want to see that early on in that probation period. They want to see that you're doing all the things that you need to do so that they know that once you are hired on, once you are, a full employee, that you're going to do right by them. So why is that so hard for women to understand that we have to come in showing that we are wanting to be a wife? Tell me why. We're not talking about domesticated type work, cooking, cleaning. We're talking about your energy, your personality. Let me know. And what I'll do is I might just kind of move this over to the next stream as well. I might try to do another stream in between now and Tuesday to try to kind of add to this, because this is a serious conversation, because we're getting to the point that femininity is just going to be lost. Women are talking about being boss bae. They don't care about this femininity stuff. And the same way, men, the feminist movement came to a rise, chivalry went down, right? And the more we're going to be doing all of these things like what men do, guess what's going to happen? Femininity is going to die down. And men are not going to get the same, feminine women that they did before. That traditional views, all of that is going to be gone. You are requesting a man who's a provider and you not being feminine, that doesn't go together. The man who provides, this high level man, is going to be demanding feminine women to be in their lives. And for some of you women, if it's not you, they're going to go elsewhere. And you can't get mad when it's a non-Black woman. You can't get mad when it's a non-American woman. You can't, because they're begging you to be feminine, and you're saying you don't want to be feminine. You're saying you don't need all of that. You're saying, oh, I can't be the person I need to be being feminine, because you're equating femininity to being weak. All right. So for the callers I did have, thank you so much for taking the time to call in. I appreciate it. We're going to be adding this on to the next stream. Like I said, I am on the fit. Like Michael said, one of the callers, I also am a contributor, content creator on the Philip Scott Show. Philip Scott also has African Diaspora News. So he has a pretty big network over there. You guys go over there, take a listen to him. He talks about Black issues. He talks about entertainment, anything concerning the Black community. He really talks about it. So I do have some content I put out. So hopefully it'll come up on his channel soon enough. But I have some old content over there that you'll still be able to look at, and some content from other people you'll be able to view as well. So again, that's the Philip Scott Show, which I'm a content creator over there, a contributing content creator. But I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me. I'll be back in on Tuesday, and then hopefully I'll have some small recorded videos on my YouTube channel. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. So I'm going to wrap it up for the night. You all. So put your comments on the playback. Subscribe, like this channel. If you're on Instagram, follow me if you can. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it, and all that you guys do continuing and watching my content. All right. So take care.
We live in a world where femininity, marriages, family, and courting is no longer valued. We live in hookup culture, situationships, and struggle love. The number one reason women struggle in long-term relationships, number one, femininity, and number two, staying in a relationship or entertaining people longer than the woman should.
My name is Danielle DeVita, and I'm a relationship and femininity coach. I've been married for 12 years, and I want to help you get on your feminine journey and vet for the right man today. For more of my content, you can visit MrsDanielleDeVita.com, or you can go to YouTube, Instagram, or my Facebook page. Get on your feminine journey today. Mrs. Danielle DeVita back with another video. I overheard someone say that marriage is overrated. A lot of women say, I like the strong silent type. Well, a lot of men like the feminine silent type. And for sure, it's going down. So a lot of times people are not getting the when to speak and when to be quiet is one of the most powerful. She's going to be aggressive, thinking that. And as someone who's been married for 12 years, she's driven, not lazy. And this will make yourself and get on the right path. That understand that you might be doing a disservice to your daughter if you don't help her understand vetting and proper decision making. Now she's going to be a basket case later. If you don't help her understand emotional intelligence, she's going to hold on to a lot of emotional baggage. If you don't